Hi everyone, in continuation to our PLC automation series, with this video we will learn about PLC power supply model. In my previous video, I have explained about redundant power supply baseplate. If you have not seen that video, I have provided the link in the description box. You can watch the video later. In this video, I am explaining about the power supply model, and in previous video, I have explained about redundant power supply baseplate. Then we have to know the difference between these two components. The power supply model is a single unit that will be the power source for the PLC component through baseplate. But the redundant power supply baseplate allows to fix two power supply model. One acts as a main and another as a hot standby. It makes system more reliable and fail-safe. Hope you have understood the key difference. There are two slots available in the baseplate. This power supply model will fit on the baseplate like this. Hence, we need two power supply models. We'll tag left side power supply model as PS1 and right side power supply model as PS2. PS1 will act as a mains, PS2 will act as a hot standby to the PLC system. The meaning of hot standby is when power source from PS1 fails, then PS2 will take over the power source without interruption in operation. Now we will go a little bit deeper about this power supply model. If you have observed terminals in the power supply model, there are 6 screw terminals. For terminal 1, we should apply 24V DC positive wire from SMPS. In terminal 2, we should connect negative or common of 24V DC which is received from SMPS. If you want to know how SMPS generate 24V DC supply, I have already created a video. Link in the description box. Terminal 3 shall be connected to the ground wire of the power supply chassis. Terminal 4 provides the positive output of an isolated 24V DC power supply. Terminal 5 is the common or negative connection for the 24V DC output. Terminal 6 provides a non-isolated plus 24V DC output. Observe here, Terminal 4 and 6 both providing 24V DC positive output, but Terminal 4 providing isolated output and Terminal 6 providing non-isolated output. Let's understand what is isolated and non-isolated output. The benefit of using isolated positive from the Terminal 4 is to provide the electrical isolation for energizing external devices, where safety and noise cancellation is very important. Isolated supply can be fed to the sensitive electronic equipments like input-output modules, analog devices, etc. Where non-isolated output can be directly fed to the less sensitive components like PLC field side relays. Now you can observe battery which is provided inside this power supply module. Here, common question arises that when module is providing 24V DC output, then what is the use of battery? PLC processor always save program configuration data and current operating status in random access memory, or we can say volatile memory. Without the battery backup, any volatile data stored in the RAM would be raised when the power is removed. Hence, battery is provided to feed the continuous power to the volatile memory of the CPU. When power is restored after an interruption, the battery allows PLC to perform the operation from where it left off. Note, this model also consists of RS485 serial port, which is useful to access PLC components via handheld programming device, and it also have 4 LED indications: power, run, OK and battery. If power LED is solid green, then power supply is receiving the correct input voltage and is operating properly. If OK LED is solid green, then power supply has passed its internal diagnostics and is functioning correctly. Run LED is solid green when CPU is in run mode and communicating properly. Finally, when the battery LED is off, battery voltage is in permissible range. If battery LED is solid red, then it indicates that the battery connected to the power supply is low or has failed and needs replacement. This is all about the power supply model. In my upcoming video, I will come with the next PLC component details. Till then, stay tuned.